How's it, everybody? My name is Kalen, but you can just call me Kale. So, this video is going to be about my current goals and a little bit about my mindset right now. But before we get on with all that, I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody who commented on my last video, or my first video actually. Kathy, thank you, Kathy. Found footage, thank you. Omfi, thank you. So I got my phone right here or one of my old phones just to look at the comments. But there is one comment, which I will put all these up on the screen, from Nate Blueberry that asks or says, I think the best way to grow your channel is to be upfront and honest about your situation. How did you end up jobless at 32? Were you fired? Did you quit? How are you supporting yourself now? Do you live home? So I did go a little bit about, I did talk about this a little bit in my first video, but just quick recap. I'm jobless because the company I worked for, they decided to outsource our department, so they closed the department, so I got laid off. I was not fired. I didn't quit. I just got laid off because they were closing my position, and there was no other place in the company. There was no other spots, so I just had to leave. How are you supporting yourself now? Now I'm living off unemployment. Searching for a job every week. If those who don't, if you've never done unemployment before, they make you search for two jobs every week. You have to like report it. You have to report to them where you applied, and also other work seeking activities. And do you live at home? So this, I don't live at home. I'm in my own apartment, not by myself. I actually have three other roommates. So that's part of the reason why I can still kind of afford to, keep going. We are splitting everything four ways. So I mean, without that, like that, my situation would be way worse. So I'm just gonna be completely upfront with that. It could be worse. Also, if you notice, I'm wearing a beanie this time. In my first video, I kept having to like move my hair. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to be more comfortable with it having it down, but it just gets in my face all the time. So sorry to anybody who had to watch me, twiddle with my hair in the first video, but now I've got a beanie on. All right, so my current goals. Now that we're caught up, we're gonna go back to my current goals. My current goals, and these are not like job related goals. These are just like personal goals because during this time, like I was kind of saying in the first video, you do a lot of self reflection, and you have a lot of time to sit and think about like choices that you made, or things that you keep putting off, and things of that nature. So I have a piece of paper I wrote from my sketchbook. I have a sketchbook that I haven't drawn anything in a while, but I started taking notes in it. So I wrote out a list of goals. I wrote this in a way that is more of like a self-affirming way, I guess is the best way to put it. I'll put it up on the screen here too, but I started everything with like you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that, and these are just personal life changes that I want to make for the better, which is tying back to self-reflection and such. To sum it all up, it's mostly like getting up early, doing what I'm supposed to do, you know, actually working out, and trying to better my physical appearance. As you can tell, I'm not the skinniest person. I've struggled with my weight for a good majority of my life, so I'm gonna try to turn around my 30s. I should have thought of that way earlier, but you know what? It is what it is. I can't change the past. I can only change the present and try to change the future, right? And I didn't make these goals anything that's super hard to reach, right? I didn't make sometimes making a change to your life, even if it's a small change, it's very um, daunting, because you get your because you were living a life of comfort. Like, you realize, or at least I realized, that I was finding comfort in the wrong uh, things. I was finding comfort in food. I was finding comfort in not just literally just sitting down and not doing anything. Well, like I said before, I brought it up in video one that every day when I come home from work, you know, my out of work time was just relaxing time. It's just time to sit down, not do anything, because I'm just exhausted. So I'd come home from work, I'd just sit down, and that's all I'd do. I'd just relax because I was, exhausted from work, and the only thing I could think about was, oh man, I really am dreading about going back to work tomorrow. And I found comfort in that, just staying still, being able to relax, not moving. Well, in my brain, I'm like, man, I should be doing something, right? But then the body is like, man, I should really not be doing anything. And it's no joke when they say that the body and the mind are one thing, because of that, exhaustion that I felt physically in my body. My brain was like, yeah, the best thing to do is to not do anything right now. You can get to it later. And that right there is the biggest trap. You can do it later, or you still have time is the biggest trap, because there's so many things. Like, for example, big example, right? How many times have you and a friend, or you and, like, your close family member, been like, "Oh, we should have started a YouTube channel way back in 2013 or 2014 or something like that." Right? You had those aspirations as a younger person, as a kid, as a teenager. I know I did for sure. But then you become an adult, and it's depending on your situation, a lot of other things, or well, naturally, a lot of other things will get in the way of, the dreams that you talk about. The things that you're like, oh yeah, we really need to do that. Oh yeah, we should start this. And then you never start it, and then you never ever start it. You end up not even, you just forget about it because you're working. Now you're an adult, now you have other responsibilities, and work just takes up all of that, bro. It just takes up all your bandwidth. You come home and all you want to do is not move. And I was never really a ambitious person growing up. You know, the YouTube thing sounded like a fun idea to me and my cousins and my friends, and we really, I mean, here I am now, 15, 16, 17 years later, being like, damn, I should have done that. If I had done that way back then, where would I be now, bro? Think about that. Like, where would I be now if I had actually decided that my passions were worth more than my job? That I was worth more than my job, you know? So, if anybody out there who's younger than me is watching this, if you ended up here somehow on this video and you made it this far into the video, start your passions. Start them. Start them now. The best time would have been yesterday, but the second best time is right now. Um, little bit of inspiration for you guys. But like I said, those goals you saw on that paper right here, that's that's what I'm working on right now. I'm still searching for a job. Reporting it every week, doing the best I can. But given that I have all this free time, I'm deciding to actually focus on me. And it's never too late. Anybody seeing this, it's never too late to focus on yourself. It's never too late to choose you, because let's be real. Tomorrow is promised to no man. Nobody. I could be gone tomorrow, but at least I live today in the mindset that I want to succeed, that I want to do something more than what more than what is expected of me from other people, from society. So that's why I'm going to post to YouTube every day. You know, back when I imagined doing this at a younger age, it was all about me and my friends having fun and, going places and doing things and playing games or something. I'm a huge gamer. I'm a huge nerd. If you can't tell, I'm wearing a Kirby shirt. Can't see him. Kirby shirt. And I didn't think I'd end up here. It's crazy how life just changes. Like, you end up in places that you never thought you'd be. You never could have seen things like this coming. So I guess kind of take that as inspiration, right? As much as you can think of the worst that's to come, right? You think of a lot of times when you panic, you think of worst case scenario. But one thing that I've learned in all this self reflection and, you know, trying to learn how to change the way I think is that those thoughts of, oh, but what if it doesn't work out? There's an opposite to that, you know? Oh, what if this goes wrong? Oh, what if everything just, what if I fail, right? But what if you don't, bro? What if you don't fail? What if you make it, dude? And that's the energy that I'm trying to bring. What if I make it? And if only I had that mindset at a younger age, I probably would have done so many things differently. So many things would have happened. And it's fun to think about. But it's also fun to think about what I can do next. Keep that in mind. Uh, anyway, this video has gone on for a little longer than I thought it would be. I was kind of rambling. I think the next video I'm gonna make more so focused on things that I've learned. I think I said I wanted to do that at the end of the first video, to make a video about things I've learned, or like the how I kind of am rewiring my thinking. But I'll get to that in the next video because this one ended up being a little longer than I thought. But if you did make it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Mahalos, as we say in Hawaii, which is thank you. And I can't wait to make the next video. Be honest with you guys. It's kind of exciting. I really didn't expect anybody to comment on the first video. I thought it was just gonna send it out there into the void, and like I get no comments, and I'd be like, oh man, what do I do for my second video? But you guys inspired me, so thank you very much. If you like the video, if you like anything I said, if you want to get to know more about me, if you want to ask questions, please leave it in the comments. I love reading comments. I read YouTube comments all the time on other videos, on TikTok, Twitter. I read comments all the time, so I'll definitely read your comment. Um, please subscribe if you want to have more of a conversation. Let's talk. let's talk, dude. I'm gonna talk about all kinds of things in this channel, and most of all, thank you very much again, and have a good one.